All right. Okay, this is case number 07. No, strike that. I apologize. That's not case number. This is case number 174612601. The people of the state of Michigan versus Bonita Ayana Sealy. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. And today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, P number 8350505.
All right, ma'am, please unmute yourself. State your name for the record, please.
Islam. I, self-law, am master and proper persona, sojourners or heritage of the land.
Ma'am, I said state your name.
Wow. That right there is hilarious. The judge asks this Moorish sovereign to state her name, and she starts spitting the Light Tajiri Bey, Taj Tariq Bey script in the courtroom. She started off with Islam, I, self-law, master. She said sojourners of the, like, she didn't even memorize the script. If Light Tajiri Bey were to see this clip, she would be ashamed of her student. The lady couldn't even finish the ridiculous Moorish script the correct way, and the judge just had to cut her off like, ma'am, I said state your name, not all that other nonsense. Wow, this is hilarious.
State your name for the record, please.
Islam. I, self-law, am master and proper persona, sojourners or heritage of the land.
Ma'am, I said state your name. I didn't.
I will state for this X-rail. This
ma'am, listen, let me say this to you.
This trade name. No, this trade name.
If you did not come to court, if you didn't come to court to participate in court, please don't come back to my courtroom. So I've muted you, so therefore we can't even hear what you're saying. So let me be clear. If you have not come to court, because let me just be clear. Okay, well, you have a great day. Have a great day. If I didn't think someone had jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not even get out of my bed. I promise you, let me say this. If a person did not have jurisdiction over me, if I believed that a person, that an entity did not have jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not get up out of my bed. I would not take a time off of work. I would not stop anything that I was doing for that day.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt the judge, but look at the guy that's right under the judge. Look at him. He is laughing because this is hilarious that this lady came in here talking about I, self, am law master when all the judge did was ask her to state her name. This is the ridiculous stuff that Moorish science produces, and it is not fruitful in any situation.
I promise you, let me say this. If a person did not have jurisdiction over me, if I believed that a person, that an entity did not have jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not get up out of my bed. I would not take a time off of work. I would not stop anything that I was doing for that day to come to court to say these things. Number one, you know it's going to get you nowhere. There is no, it's like speaking Spanish to an English speaking person. So if you believe Miss Seeley, from the bottom of your heart, that I nor this court has any jurisdiction over you, ma'am, don't come. You don't come. Because there is absolutely nothing. There is nothing that I can do for you. If you are not interested in proceeding in a manner that we can understand you, if you're going to simply read off some stuff to me, it's equivalent to me going over to England. Since apparently you all don't believe that you're citizens, I don't really care what you believe. It is equivalent to me going over to England, getting arrested, and then telling them they don't have jurisdiction over me. If they let me go home, I promise you, if I didn't think they had jurisdiction over me, I'm not showing up. So okay, so we can try this one more time. If you want to state your name for the record so that we can have the name for the record, then you can state your name for the record. If you're going to say all of that other stuff to me that I don't have jurisdiction, then I'm gonna subside, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on to another case. I am going to remove you from the courtroom because this is going to get us nowhere. Nowhere. Now, by the time you've said all of this, by the time you've done all of this, this is a 2017 case. We probably would be finished with the case by now. Probably would be. Probably would be. Of course, I'm not going to give legal advice. I'm not going to say what she should do and how she should respond. Probably would be finished with this case by now. Okay, ma'am, please state your name for the record.
Bonita Ayana Davis Seeley.
Thank you, Miss Seeley. Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. How are we proceeding?
Innocent.
The court is going to enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Miss Seeley. I will set this matter for a pretrial conference. This is a child abuse 4th degree case. Strike that. Again, I keep looking down at your client, looking up at your client's case. This is an assault or assault and battery case. The court is going to set the matter for a pretrial conference. The complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed. Probably could have already been dismissed. I don't know if you have contact with the complaining witness or not, Miss Ritter. However, the complaining witness is required to appear at the pretrial conference. Today is December the 6th. The court is going to set the matter for January the 6th. At 8:35. I'm sorry, 8:25. That denotes the arraignment portion. 8:25. As I indicated, the complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed unless the people have a valid explanation for the failure to appear. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witness. Anything further?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Anything further, Ms. Seeley?
Well, I would like to say something, but I see that I'm gonna just keep my peace. I'll see you guys on the 6th of January.
All right, then you have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I must say, that was a beautiful performance from the judge. The minute the Moorish sovereign started talking all of that Moorish nonsense, she instantly cut her off because she didn't want to hear that nonsense. Just like she said, it would get her nowhere. So she cut her off. She didn't even let her finish her sentence. She just muted her because it's nonsense. Now, the judge made a very good point. If these Moorish sovereigns believe that the courts have no jurisdiction, then they should not show up to court. And here's another example. If these Moorish sovereigns believe that the police or these judges, particularly in a traffic stop situation, when the officer is pulling a Moorish sovereign over, if the Moorish sovereign truly believed in his heart that the officers did not have jurisdiction to pull them over, then they should not be pulling over. They should just keep on driving. If you really believe the nonsense that you speak. The thing is this, these Moorish sovereigns, they obviously don't believe that, because if they did, when they're being pulled over by the police, they just wouldn't stop. They would just keep going about their business as if they had a care in the world. So I'm glad that this judge brought that point up. Now, this video is a good example for future Moorish sovereigns and even Moorish sovereigns that are already deep down the rabbit hole that love to quote these stupid things taught by Taj Tariq Bey and like Tajiri Bey. We see it right here. If you take that nonsense into court, all of that propria persona sui juris, it is not going to work. These judges are not going for it. So do not even waste your time. We see it right here. We see it at the traffic stops. When the Moorish sovereigns are being pulled over and they start talking that Moorish nonsense, it doesn't work at the traffic stop. And then we see now in the courtroom, when they show up to court and they start talking that in proprio persona sui juris and you don't have jurisdiction and this and that, it does not work. It is not going to work. That defense never ever worked for any Moorish sovereign. So future sovereigns looking to join this group, you have the video evidence that none of the nonsense that they will teach you will work. Do not waste your time. Do not do it. Moorish science is not fruitful for your life. It will lead you to a path of destruction. So don't do it. Your life is better without Moorish science. Moorish science is pretty much nothing. So just leave it alone. Even if you're interested in it, watch all of my videos. You'll see the Moorish script doesn't work when being pulled over by the police. And now you also see that the Moorish script doesn't work in the courtroom. Have a good day.